can I like do like I mean, this is girls talk, right? We're among each other. Can I do a personal flex?
Sure.
One of my biggest like
girly.
it's not really girly, but you know. No, I have this complex for a long time. It's mostly like a genetic thing though. My sister, my brother, my mom, everybody has it in our family. It's because the lighting here in my stream is so good, you can't see it. It's really good lighting and makeup and everything. But I have under my eyes, I have like eye bags that are not just like discoloration. They're like actual,
genetic.
Yeah, too much skin there, and I've had that like my whole life. So as a child, I mean, as a toddler, it probably wasn't visible, but the older I got, especially in my teenage years, I had a huge complex about it because all the kids would say I'm ugly and say that I look so tired. Why don't I sleep more, etc. And I got so fixated on that. And I always try to like cover it with makeup, but it's not just discoloration, it's just extra skin. So you can't really hide it well. And so actually I will confess that after a many years, after I was done being a teenager and I had some money in my pockets, I tried injecting hyaluronic stuff under my eye bags. I injected it with like I didn't do it personally. I went to a professional. It goes away after a few. It depends on the person, really. Can go away after a year. Can go away after 6 months or so. I tried that because I was just I hated it so much. It made I felt like that was like the thing that changed my looks so badly. Yeah, but I stopped doing that. I did that once or twice, and I got really sick because it felt like it was being injected in my brain. It's such a weird sensation when it goes through. And it didn't work too well anyway, because it's kind of hard to control where exactly it goes and how it's distributed, and then it moves around. It
migrates, right?
That's a thing that came out. Like a lot of people, when I did that, a lot of people were doing that, not just on their eyes. Most people did it like to fill out nose bumps and stuff like that. Or their lips, obviously their lips. And then years after the trend really became big, I read that, I watched videos about it. I'm glad I stopped doing it and only did it twice. But it turns out that shit is evil. It never, like, people, these people that sell you that, they tell you that it dissolves after a while on its own. It's a natural thing that your body produces anyway, so it will dissolve. But it turns out it didn't dissolve for most people. It just migrates elsewhere. It can even migrate like behind your eye and like cause some real fucking damage. But that's really more of a concern for people who do it a lot, and especially like it seemed to be a thing with people who have it on their lips. It was most noticeable because it started going like around their lips. It just looked funky, and people then went there to like dissolve it professionally, like suck it back out. Crazy shit. But here comes the flex. I think after many years, the last time I did that is like a couple years ago, and I think it doesn't bother me anymore. Somehow my eye bags, they have smoothened out over the years on its own, better than the hyaluronic shit could ever do. Maybe my whole face aged enough that the eye bags, you know, that make you look older, it just came to the same level. You know what I mean?
Grew into your face.
Yeah, I think so. It took a while though, but yeah. So I'm quite happy. It's not a big concern for me anymore. Anyway, that was my little weird story about eye bags. Yay!
Can I say one more thing? I think it's so sad that for you, the insecurity stemmed from other people pointing it out.
Yeah.
It's like such a stupid thing to point out. Like, it's stupid. Kids are so dumb.
Do we want
They're so stupid.
Okay, this is voluntary, but do you want to mention what you got bullied for when you were a child? For me, it was the eye bags and then a high forehead. Kids would say, literally when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, that I'm balding. And also my super light skin. Yeah, how would I be balding at 7? I don't fucking know. Logic, kids, logic. But also my light skin would make people say that I'm a ghost and look sick. So the eyes, the forehead, and the
I don't know. It just reeks of insecurity from the children themselves saying, it's like, why do you look at that? Why do you care? I don't get it. Especially at that young age. I know children point out like a ton of stuff or whatever, but it's like, I don't know.
It's their own insecurities. I guess they want to feel better. And you know, kids, they just bully. They don't even see it that seriously. So
yeah, I did get bullied. You might be surprised, but I was never even that chubby in school, but apparently I hit puberty before everybody else. So I like a bamboo, I sprouted out of the ground in like 5th grade, and I was the same height I am now. I was an early sprouter, so my hips, my ass, my boobs, and like my height all came in all at once, and no one else had developed yet, right? So I think so, and I would wear a lot more baggy clothes too, because like it's embarrassing. Yeah, like it's embarrassing when everyone else around you is like very different. Like even though like obviously like as an adult, like, you know, that's what people want, but like as a kid, when it happens so suddenly, you're like kind of embarrassed. So people call me fat.
Nerissa, do you think because you were like one of the earlier ones who were getting boing boing and a wooga, do you think the boys were like spicy?
No. I mean, maybe because, you know,
they
some
would
people
hide it
say
probably.
That, yeah, young boys like bully you when they're interested in you, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got bullied a lot during that time before the other girls like hit like puberty. By all the boys. They'd say really mean things to me, and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself.
My experience with bullying wasn't so much look-wise, but thankfully I wasn't bullied very much. If I was, it was behind my back.
Yeah.
But I did get made fun of for liking Avatar: The Last Airbender, but that lasted like a week.
Is that the blue? No.
I'm not kidding. I had an entire class just get on me for that.
Wow. Because it's like is it seen as an anime or as a cartoon?
Yes, because it was seen as it's not an anime, but it was seen as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like one.
Yeah, and then middle school, I don't know if I'd call it bullying, but I was really quiet. Like something switched in 6th grade. I went from being like pretty normally social, then I realized I was weird and just went completely quiet.
Yeah.
And I guess that's like really fun to mess with for some people sometimes.
Yeah.
Because if you like do something weird to me, I'm not going to like say anything.
Yeah, because the quiet kids rarely become the cool kids, or like they don't get involved in those groups very often of the cool groups. You know what I mean?
No. I once had like this opening and I realized it, and I was like, oh, because I remember so clearly right now. Oh my gosh, I went to a birthday party, and the more sociable girls like were kind of forced to talk to me.
Yeah.
And when I talked to them, I was pretty normal, I guess. And then they tried talking to me at school, and I got scared, and I started to talk to them because it was back at school. It was the environment. I don't know, but it wasn't too bad. I was just really quiet, and I just could tell people were like, I'm gonna do this thing, and it's gonna be funny because she's not gonna do anything about it. And I'll just sit there like, okay,
yeah,
silly.
kids.
Let's go find them and beat them up.
Yeah, let's
they're
beat
not
all
kids
of
anymore.
Our, like bulliers.
Yeah.
Let's beat them all up. Beat them up.
I also got bullied for liking anime
as
though.
bad as you guys.
You know what?
No.
I'm gonna
You guys
beat
are
them up.
cruel kids.
I'm gonna beat them up, but with stacks of my money.
Yeah.
Slap them in their face like, ha! Ha! Who's cool now? Feel the money. Well, go ahead, Nerissa.
Oh, I was gonna say, since I thought we were just talking about things for looks, but I also got bullied pretty bad for liking anime movies. I feel you. Because I
From
I bring my Naruto headband to school. Yeah, but I wouldn't like wear it. I'd like keep it in my backpack. It was just to make me feel strong when I looked in my backpack.
I remember being in middle school and watching anime in parts on YouTube and feeling such shame. I was like, if anyone knew I was watching this anime, I'd be an even greater social outcast. I could never share that I'm watching more in high school.
You get me so bad.
I think I didn't get bullied for like liking anime or anything. It was just like at that point I was already unpopular and it was just a given. But even before I started watching anime, it started in elementary, really, me getting bullied and everything. But
Goodness.
I think I would have just been a little bit unpopular. But the thing that made me really unpopular in my classes is that I would somehow always, both in elementary and in junior high school, I would find the one girl that was most unpopular, and because I already felt like I don't match in here anyway, I would just be friends with her, and by proxy that would make me more unpopular, being with the unpopular kid. But you know what? Whatever, that's okay. At least she had someone to hold on to. I had someone to hold on to, and we were both suffering. But at least, you know, we bonded through that, I guess. Yeah, and I did that again in junior high school. I learned nothing from it, but I didn't like the kids that were not the unpopular ones. They were all scary and
yeah, they're mean.
Yeah. And I would have had to change my personality and my interests and everything and be a different person if I would have wanted to fit in. So, yeah.
I used to watch. I had like an iPod that could play movies. I used to watch Madagascar
Every day?
too, like every day.
Oh,
I also watched Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And once I was so mad because I had like gotten bullied by my freaking class, right? And I was like, maybe it's an isolated, situation. I was watching it on my little iPod, and then this kid behind me starts to laugh. A kid I don't know, not in the same grade, no clue who he is, starts making fun of me, and I'm like,
Bro.
okay,
Let's kill him.
No.
I agree.